decline in the polls and some brand new stuff on Benghazi. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. New ABC News survey out today, taken among 1,000 American adults, says the following. 41% approve of Mr. Obama's job performance, 52% disapprove. On the economy, 42% approve, 54% disapprove. On Obamacare, 37% like it, 57% do not. Finally, on the way the president's handling Russia and Ukraine, 34% approve, 46% say no, 20% have no opinion. Not good news for the president. In addition, Judicial Watch got a White House memo through the Freedom of Information Act that confirms the worst fears about Benghazi. The memo, written by the communications guy Ben Rhodes, was sent 3 days after the 9/11 attack that killed Ambassador Christopher Stevens and 3 other Americans. Memo was written to prep Ambassador Susan Rice on what to say to the media. The instructions are these, quote, the goal to underscore that these protests are rooted in an internet video and not a broader failure or policy. By the way, Ben Rhodes is now a White House Deputy National Security Advisor. So there's no longer any doubt that the White House was pushing the spontaneous uprising theory and playing down the organized terror angle. No longer any doubt. They did it. President Obama should have told the nation the truth, but he did not. And that's one of the reasons his poll numbers are slipping. Some Americans no longer trust him. Fox News chief White House correspondent Ed Henry asked the president about his foreign policy, nicknamed the Obama Doctrine.
What you think the Obama Doctrine is in terms of what your guiding principle is on all of these crises and how you answer those critics who say they think the doctrine is weakness.
Well, Ed, I doubt that I'm going to have time to lay out my entire foreign policy doctrine. There are actually some complimentary pieces as well about my foreign policy, but I'm not sure you ran them.
Ed did not know about the new Benghazi information, or it would have been worse. All right? And now the president's answer looks even more foolish, because Fox News has been one of the few news operations that have actually reported on the Benghazi story honestly. With all the chaos going on, the Republican Party has a real opportunity next November to control both houses of Congress. If the GOP can focus on just 3 areas, foreign policy, the economy, and health care, it should win the Senate and easily keep the House. But if Republicans are diverted into the fabricated war on women, the immigration mess, and other issues that remain unresolved, the Democrats will pettifog the real State of the Union. Talking Points doesn't root for any political party. I simply want the best for all Americans. And as the ABC News poll and the new Benghazi information demonstrate, we're not getting that right now. That's a memo. Upstairs, here we have reaction with us, Monica Crowley and Alan Combs, both of Fox News analysts. What do you think of the Benghazi stuff?
Well, first of all, let's not forget that the day after Benghazi, after the tragedy, the president used the words act of terror. He said that. He wasn't hiding it. So this is nothing exceptional to me. He said the words act of terror in 2 successive days. He wasn't sweeping it under the rug.
Well, no, first of all, that was a general statement. It was not related to Benghazi.
Yes,
secondly, what we saw with this memo confirms exactly what we have been saying all along, which is that this White House deliberately chose to perpetuate the lie that an internet video...
Let's use myth.
I'll use the stronger word, okay? Because now we have concrete evidence. So what we see from this White House bill is what we have said all along, that they chose image and politics over the truth.
But let me ask you a very simple question, Holmes, because you know I'm a simple man.
Thanks for reminding me.
The president could have come out at any time, and still hasn't, and said, you know what, we were wrong. We were wrong. We gave Ambassador Rice wrong information. We downplayed the CIA information, which was accurate. We were wrong, and I apologize. We should not have done that. But he has not done that. Why do you think he hasn't done it?
Because I don't think he should have done that. The New York Times also did an investigation.
You don't think he should have said the truth?
The truth is that the demonstrations were a part of it.
No, they weren't.
The video was a part of it. The New York Times investigation showed that.
Right.
Yes.
So you're living in the land of Oz.
Oz.
Okay. Why do you think he hasn't come out and said to the nation, listen, we made a mistake? He could say it was an honest mistake. I like Combs, but, you know, it was a mistake. All right? And Combs, you know, you really need to...
No, we disagree about it.
No. There's truth and then there's propaganda. Go ahead.
Right. Well, look, the reason that they wanted to say this and perpetuate the lie is because they wanted the president, in Rose's words, to look steady and like statesmanlike.
campaign.
Right? Of
It was a
course it was, because
campaign
this was
thing.
weeks before the presidential election. If he came out now, he would have to admit, number one, that he lied, and that
No,
the
he
folks
didn't.
around
He
him
wouldn't have
lied.
to. No, he wouldn't.
He could say, I made a mistake, but everybody,
That's right.
well, it's like with the Obamacare lie. Everybody knows what it is, Bill. The second thing is he'd have to admit, I mean, come on, let's talk
you're
to
calling a liar.
Isn't
So
isn't it
Well,
better, though?
come on,
Isn't
let's
it
talk
better?
turkey.
You
See,
call the
this-
president a liar, it's really not called
Well,
for.
yeah,
It's really not.
That's
You
her
have to-
opinion.
you have to admit.
I don't use the word here. But you, Combs, you see the poll numbers, and ABC News is a
Right.
very sympathetic
Yeah.
poll. All right, historically, it's not registered voters; it's just the folks. That makes a big difference. All right,
Right.
and it usually makes a difference in favor of the president. But you see that he is losing credibility all over the place.
It's not just the president.
It's the
it's
poll is
also
about
both political
the
parties.
president.
Real Clear Politics is about the Congress is about 12% approval rating.
All right, now
The
we're at
Republicans
Congress.
I'm just saying.
This
the
was a
talks on both their houses.
presidential
People
poll.
are tired of politics. That's
Well,
what this is
but
about.
you're engaging in a moral equivalence here, Alan. The poll was about the president.
No,
in
there was more to
particular.
that poll than just the
Americans want jobs. They want a healthy economy. They want stable, affordable health care, and they want to be number one in the world, which gets to Ukraine, Russia, and Benghazi. And guess
But I
what?
think there's a
You're not
perception
getting any
now.
of that now, Bill.
I think there's a perception that the president can't be trusted.
Yes.
All right, and I think you have to admit that perception
I think there is a perception.
exists.
There is a perception.
All
that
right.
it is.
So my point is, he's the leader of America. All right, and we're having problems on a lot of important fronts. Wouldn't it be better for him to just be more candid? He doesn't have to run again. Just be more candid. Don't parse and run and hide and obfuscate. That's not what we elect people to do.
I don't agree with the premise that's what he's doing. And if you look at this, the ABC poll, and look at this poll. You look at the internals of this poll. On immigration, they favor Democrats 40-34. Healthcare, Democrats 43-35. Helping the middle class 52-32.
It's
When
about
that is what the poll
President
says.
Obama, and the poll is very bad news for
And
him.
when you look
Go
at the
ahead.
broader numbers on honesty and trustworthiness, you find the same thing, which is that those numbers have taken a dramatic
hit.
dive.
Big
Number
hit.
one, because of the Obamacare fib, and now more and more evidence.
But the
is backing
Benghazi
up.
fib
And
won't
then
get reported.
Remember, he's got over 2 years left in this presidency,
I know
and
that.
when public confidence in the leader takes this kind of dramatic hit, it's over.
Not good
It's
for the
very
country.
tough for him to recover.
But you're not going to hear, I'm glad you're watching The Factor, because you're not going to hear the Benghazi stuff. I'm going to monitor with Bernie Goldberg how many people actually cover this. And congratulations to Judicial Watch, right?
Yeah.
Ferreting that
They
out?
put in the FOIA
All right, are you going to
request.
congratulate them, Combs?
I don't think there's new information here that's significant.
Most transparent administration in history, right?
It is, thank you.
All right, directly ahead, will American women stay with the Democratic Party despite all the problems the country is having? Later, terrible story out of Colorado.